Hello, Jira people. Today our guest is Rachel Wright. Hello, Rachel. If you are a Jira administrator or Jira user, you for sure know Rachel as a Jira expert. She's an author of Jira Strategy Admin Workbook, and she is a speaker. She is a founder of Industry Templates company. She recorded a lot of courses, and she's as far as I know, freelance consultant. Did I miss something, or is it your complete description?
That's perfect. Thank you for the great introduction.
Okay, so there's a lot of work that you put in your career, I think. So where did your IT adventure start?
Actually, it's an interesting story. I was a web developer, and we were using the worst bug tracking software possible. It barely worked. It only loaded in an old version of IE that we all had to keep around just to load this software. And it corrupted our bug tickets all the time. And somebody said, hey, there's this thing called Jira. Have you ever heard of it? And I said, no. So we started evaluating Jira. And I was immediately just so impressed by everything you could do. I think with the software we had, you could have like 3 custom fields, period. Like that's it. You couldn't report, you couldn't query.
Okay.
People were printing their tickets out because they were afraid that they would lose them. And with Jira, everything just was so easy. It was so customizable. And it was really easy to adopt when you hate what you're using like we did.
Okay, so like you started when, like 2011, from what I read, right? Using Jira.
That's right.
So the new era, the new part of your story just began there, right? And two years later, you became a Jira administrator, as far as I know.
Yeah.
And a couple of years later, the certified Jira administrator, and that was the first like period of certification, like Atlassian was doing it for the first time, right?
That's right. I took the beta, one of the very first ones that there was.
Wow, that's great. That's great. That's great to hear. So you was interested in IT, like as far as you remember, or maybe there were some alternatives during your way?
No, I've always loved IT. I started in web development right out of high school, worked on it through college, started a business doing web development, ran the internet magazine for my college, was very, very happy in web development. And then Jira came along and I loved Jira more. So Atlassian and Jira changed the entire trajectory of my career. I thought I would do web development forever.
Okay. I was starting as a web developer too, actually. But finally I became a Jira user, then administrator, just like you. Okay. Yep. And then at some point, the idea of the book came out. Why did you write this book?
Well, I inherited the worst application you can think of. Everything that could be done wrong was wrong. So I was learning by fixing it. Like first I was learning by making the same mistakes, right? I was following the existing patterns in the application and they were all wrong and I didn't know it. So I learned by trial and error. And I'm writing all this information about why it's wrong, how we should fix it, why we should fix it, how long it's going to take me to fix it. And I'm thinking to myself, I can't be the only person who inherited a terrible configuration. I want to share this information with others.
That's great. So you telling people to watch out for the Jira swamp, actually, right? This is a good combination of words, actually, because Jira can easily become swamp at some point, especially if you don't know how to say no to users, because that's what I thought when I when I started being Jira administrator, I thought that, okay, I will be helpful for everyone. I will try, to be to be just helpful. But in the long term, it turned out that it's painful. That is painful.
Right.
Being assertive is a great feature. Okay. So, and I know that you was using Jira and Confluence to write the book about Jira, right? This is kind of crazy, but I like it.
I thought it would be fun and make a good use case too.
Yeah, that's great. And you are using also Jira for tracking your personal goals, right?
I do, yes, and Confluence. I'm in those all day long for both work and personal.
Okay, I do that too. Actually, it's kind of natural to choose this tool, right? Okay. So where are you now in the United States?
So currently we're in Florida.
Okay. Okay. And you are.
We've been on the road for 7 years. I think you know that we travel full time, and we're really liking Florida, so we've stuck around there for a while.
Yeah, I know, and that was my idea to share this information. This information is available on your site, but still, you are known for being an expert, IT expert, Jira expert, consultant, teacher, etc. This is a great, you're sharing experience, sharing knowledge, but there is another side, very interesting for me. Like you choose the life on the road and you live in your RV. So this is really impressive, and it takes a lot of courage. It's kind of my dream, actually. So you are the inspiration.
Oh, thank you.
So yeah, where you started, like how you decided to do that?
Well, so I grew up in the same place and lived in the same place for many, many, many years, most of my life. And I said, I'd really like to go somewhere else. I travel a lot anyway. I take a lot of international trips because I just love to travel. And I said, hey, wouldn't it be nice to live somewhere else? But my partner and I couldn't decide where we wanted to live. We even took a couple small trips to other states to check it out, see if maybe we wanted to live there. And we just couldn't decide. So we said, well, what's the next best thing? Let's get in an RV. Let's explore the United States. And once we find a place we like, maybe we'll stay there.
Wow. Okay, that's a good plan. So how much time you spend on the road during the year, for example?
So we're only on the road. We don't have any other house. We live in the RV full time. And then we travel to different locations based on different schedules. Sometimes we move once a week. Sometimes we move once a month. And then my preferred method is once a quarter. We really like to kind of stay somewhere for a long time so we can kind of understand the local culture, get to eat all the food, visit all the parks and go hiking. And if you move every day, you don't get to do that. And we learned that in the beginning. We were moving very fast in the beginning, and you don't really get to appreciate it if you're only there for, say, a week and you're working the whole week. Where's your time to visit and see things? Yeah, I agree.
But I suppose that after this 1 quarter, like 3 months, there is a little thought in your head saying, okay, maybe it's time to hit the road again, right?
We're always thinking, and it always revolves around Summit, to be honest. I've always got to make sure that I'm near a major airport for the Atlassian user conference every year. Okay. So a lot of times that dictates how far we can go and how fast.
That's great. So how your day look like then on the road?
Well, kind of like everyone else's. Sometimes we travel on the weekends. So we pack up. It takes a few hours to pack up and then a few hours to drive down the road. And then it's really easy to set back up after. So we pull out the laptops, pull out the Wi-Fi, hook everything up, get connected, connect the electric and the water and all the utilities, and then get right back to work like everyone else.
Yeah, like everyone else, but in like beautiful environment.
With the new scene out the window, right? The inside stays the same and the outside's different.
That's important. That's important. Did you see the movie The Nomadland?
I don't know if I've seen that one.
Okay, this is a road movie. It's came out recently, I think. It's about the woman. She is a like older single woman who decided to live in RV and just travel around the States, have like spare time jobs. And it's kind of sad story because this is a story of freedom, but also about loneliness. Yeah, but I like road movies. I know that United States, this is a motherland of road movies, like Easy Rider, then Thelma and Louise. And do you feel sometimes like Thelma and Louise?
Well, it's becoming more popular in the US. Before it was kind of just retired people. And now more and more people kind of our age who are still working or maybe have young families are going out on the road. And really all that you need to do is make sure you have a good enough internet connection. That's the only challenge. The rest is just like every other house, really.
Mm-hmm. But do you miss one stable house, no, you're just addicted to the road, right?
I don't miss the high rent we were paying where we were living. It was very expensive. I don't miss having to maintain all the things that break in a house. Now things break in an RV too, but it's easier because it's so much smaller. It's easy to clean. The only thing I do miss are bubble baths. There are no baths in RVs. It's stand-up shower only. That's the only thing.
Okay, but I hope you can stay sometimes at the hotel and enjoy the bath, right?
Every now and then, yeah. And when we travel for Summit, we definitely enjoy. I think we're going to Vegas again next year, hopefully. So we'll enjoy that.
That's great. Okay, I have some thought about your personal and professional life because your company. I want to hear more about it in a while, but it's called Industry Templates, right? And also the description of your book says that there are templates for Jira admins to stay away from the Jira swamp, right? So there is a word templates which is connected with order and with something that is known, right? But on the other hand, you chose the life of unknown because this is like changing places all the time, and it's full of possibility. Actually, this is a good combination. Like in many cultures, you have only two forces, like the chaos and order, the known and unknown, right? So that's why I wanted to talk with you about this personal side, because I think both sides fulfills each other, and it's really inspiring to meet the person like you, because it takes courage to decide that you want to balance these two forces.
That's really interesting because I never thought of it that way. I never thought of it as a huge risk or as a huge unknown. And I guess it can be. I guess when you try anything new for the first time, it can be scary. But for us, it's been nothing but fantastic. And if anyone is interested in doing it, just do it. We spent maybe 5 months researching, adding all of our research to Confluence so we could collaborate on everything we needed to do, everything we needed to know. But there's really no reason it needs to take that long. People should be, curious and just get out there and see what it's like. And all of the good things outweigh the bad things by far.
That's great to hear. And it's encouraging to other people. Okay, so you are with your partner, right? Traveling.
Yes.
Okay, so this is personal question, but I'm sure you thought about having a family. I don't know if you have like children or not, but I can imagine that having children on the road, it's another kind of adventure, right? I don't know if you planned that, but what your thoughts about
Right.
it?
So we don't have kids and we don't have plans to have them, but there are plenty of families that we meet out on the road. And a lot of the kids are being homeschooled. And what I find is the kids that get to travel throughout their life, whether it's internationally or just around, your local area, they are so much more inquisitive. They learn more things. They have great manners. Everyone we've met out on the road has been fantastic. And don't let having kids or having pets or having really anything else deter you from doing it. There's nothing that difficult about what we're doing, and it works just fine.
Okay. Okay, that's great. So a couple of words about your company. You are helping other companies, right, to optimize their processes and to grow, right? Can you say more about this company?
Sure. Well, actually, it's interesting. I built it kind of as an umbrella company, so I could kind of do many things under that one umbrella. And one of the things we do, of course, is the Jira Confluence and Jira Service Management support. But I love helping companies create processes in general, whether it's for Jira or just for daily operations. I love helping them figure out solutions to problems. And most of the time, I'm recommending, well, you don't have anything to track your work. How about Jira? So there's a nice little crossover between conversations about just business in general and the tools that you need to help you run a business well.
That's great. Okay, so what are the next steps? What are plans for the near future?
I have a lot. I just launched a Jira Advanced Administration course on LinkedIn. Today, I finished recording Jira Service Management Administration, so that will launch soon. I would love to write a new version of my book, and I've got unlimited ideas for other content related to anything Atlassian. And then maybe one day I'll write a book about RVing. I would really love to do that too. There's just only so much time in the day.
Congratulations. That's I wanted to be to my next question about your possible new book, but you want to write it about RV, right? Being in the situation like yours. That's great. Okay, Rachel, I think you shared a lot of information, and that was really great to hear it. Do you have anything to add or to say to viewers and to Jira administrators, like some advices, where to start, for example?
Sure. Well, one thing I'd love to say is that this community is fantastic, right? The Atlassian community of users and admins and solution partners, it's like nothing I've experienced in any industry. I don't know if you remember, but the web development industry sure didn't have this group of instant friends and people who genuinely want to help each other. I didn't see that in web development. So I'm so excited to be part of this community. I mean, that's how we get to talk to each other and we get to help other people. And so the first thing I would do is, if you're a new administrator, just seek out contacts, people that you can bounce ideas off of, ask for help, share stories. And that's really powerful. Hearing what not to do is sometimes just as useful as hearing what you should do.
Okay. So despite of the fact that nowadays everything is online, the people are still the most important thing in the equation.
Absolutely. I think it will always be that way, right?
Yeah, I hope so. Okay, Rachel, it was really nice to speak with you, and you should really check Rachel's book and Rachel's content. I will put all this information in the video description so we can enjoy, and please share your thoughts and your experiences with Jira and about this talk in the comments. Thank you for watching.